Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah!
Yeah!
We got it! We got
New 52 book.
it! Somebody clip this one.
Welcome to Comics League Movie Night, where we acknowledge fantastic geek movies and also acknowledge that Super Wonder and, can't believe I'm going to say this, because my buddy's here, Nightfire is an okay ship. I'll give you that. I will give you that. All right, let's bring in the boys. Greetings.
Courage is happy because
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's supposed to don't know. The shipping war is over. I won.
yes, you won, but Cobra Kai never dies.
Well, what's actually really funny, here's the funny part. It actually hasn't ended yet because JHEAT's still on the bad side. Speaking of JHEAT. Hello, sir.
Flame on! How's it going? How's everybody doing?
Doing pretty well.
All the hopes and dreams of Krypton live in you now.
All right. Well, the boys are here. What's going on?
Wait,
I came well prepared.
Jared, your first statement was right. Super Wonder does look cool. The second comment you made, Nightfire, no, it doesn't work well.
Hey, we have an alliance. We have an alliance. That was part of
The
the terms
terms
of the alliance.
The terms of the treaty is I will acknowledge Super Wonder as a superior ship as long as you acknowledge Nightfire is not a bad ship. I'm getting the raw dog here.
I'll admit,
at least
Nick, I'll admit it's valid. How's that? Is that good enough?
that satisfies the terms of the agreement.
All right. So I got to say this. So we're talking about Karate Kid. And here's the thing. Those of you that have been watching the show for a while know that I have been refusing to watch anything with Cobra Kai. That was all a joke because it was just fun content, like when they try to acknowledge World Wonder Bat as a legitimate ship. So what happened was the only reason why I watched Karate Kid for the first time because I just got back from seeing The Sound of Freedom and I needed anything to let's just say I needed something happy after that.
Yeah.
So I was so when I came home,
There's nothing happier, and there's nothing happier than a movie where one of the lines is literally "Get him a body bag."
Yeah. So I came home and my parents were like, "Hey, we're watching Cobra Kai. You want to join us?" Yes. I got to get this out of my head. So, and this is actually, I believe this is a pick from our good friend Mr. Heat. What is up? So I'll put you on top because it was your pick. So let me ask you this before we get started. What do you like about this movie and what made you pick it for a movie?
First of all, this movie is very iconic, and this is the original Karate Kid, mind you.
It was the Brown Historian Master Sergeant.
What's up? This is a very iconic movie. And before I go any further, wax on, wax off.
Which is why I put that in the All right, Brown Destroyer brings up a good point. Does anyone realize that the last scene was illegal in the match, a kick to the face?
Oh, yes.
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 Okay. I'm going to have to be that guy. Actually, if you watch Cobra Kai, they actually address that. And they say the kick to the face was actually legal.
A cheap shot, but legal.
How do they justify it being legal, or do they just say it's fine?
Anything above the waist is legal.
True.
Okay. That makes sense.
Now, for example,
they literally say that in the movie. Like, there's kind of like this throwaway line where Elizabeth Shue's character says, like, "Oh, anything above the waist." Like, she literally says, like, it's kind of a quick line, easy to miss, but like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for example, a cheap shot to the groin, that would be considered illegal.
Yeah, I agree. Like, but also, like, while the crane kick was cheap, he telegraphed it like heck. Which, by the way, when we watch Karate Kid Part 2, we will see the downside of the crane kick.
Yes. So
Indeed.
Yes. Teladia, I just want to say, you are the chosen one.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
I don't know what you did there. So that
When you watch Karate Kid, like as soon as you hear the villain's name, you're like, Nick, you son of a biscuit.
Mm-hmm. So it's actually really funny. So speaking of the antagonist in this movie, what's kind of funny about the antagonist is as soon as I saw like former special forces operator was teaching karate, I'm like, everything makes sense right about now.
Also, like you do realize he was in Rambo. One of the Rambo
I
movies.
do. Which again, that makes sense. Destroy, I know, destroy. And I'm like,
You
that's
were
a
not
horrible
supposed to-
karate teacher.
Remember, Cobra Kai, strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Cobra Kai, never die.
JHEAT to us. You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them.
Bring balance to the force.
You underestimate my karate.
Don't try it. Wait, I have to. There you go. I had to do that.
I regret nothing.
There you go.
See, one thing I really like about this movie is, it's kind of buried under some subtext, but like Daniel is not a straight out protagonist. He does actually like antagonize his bullies a lot. Like he's not like a straight out like golden hero. He's kind of an a-hole in his own regards. In fact, if you watch there's a very popular YouTube video, Daniel is the real bully. It really kind of turns the movie on its head.
Which that's interesting because the way I took it was yes, he's a bully, but he's responding to other bullies. So really, when you think about it, in terms of special forces rules, he's operating under the rules of engagement. He doesn't engage unless fired on first.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think like Cobra Kai really does kind of go into like the big differences between like Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do, and it does a really good job of like neither style is bad. Like there is no good or evil in either style. There's benefits to both of them, you know, because basically like if we're gonna go in Star Wars terms, Daniel is Obi-Wan, and by that I mean because Miyagi-Do is a very defensive style.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And then Johnny Lawrence is Anakin Skywalker.
By the way, Master Sergeant, what do you call a bear who knows karate? Grizzly. That's a Nick joke right there.
No, that's a full-on dad joke.
I have standards, and that does not meet them.
Last time I saw this movie was 10 years ago on some TV channel. Cobra Kai was was very good first 3 seasons. I've not seen the fourth. Yes, I do. And by the way, I do know he's playing a Blue Beetle because these 3 guys keep reminding me of it every single time we talk about Blue Beetle.
The guy who plays Miguel, who's like part of like the younger kids, Zolo. The actor's name is Zolo. I can't remember his last name. He's playing Blue Beetle. So
Madureira, I think, is what his name is, or something like that. But it's kind of funny because what I like about this movie is the mind F you see in Danny's face when he's like, when are you going to teach me karate? And he go, and then maybe I could go stand up, and he shows them all the skills like paint the fence, wax on, wax off, and he's like, turns out he was teaching him karate the entire time.
Also, they really lampshade that in Cobra Kai. Just letting you know.
Really, they do.
Like, okay, Cobra Kai is like the gold standard for how you do like the
deconstruction.
Deconstruction, but also like it's 30 years later, the main characters are old and they're teaching the young generation. They are the gold standard for how to do that story right.
Yeah, if only there was a modern sci-fi franchise that tried to do that but failed. Oh wait.
You know, it's a really shame we haven't gotten a new Star Wars movie since episode 3. Like, come on.
Yeah, I know. It's weird that there's only 6 movies. There's so much potential there.
Now that you mention it.
Wait, and it's weird there's only 2 seasons of Mandalorian. They left it on such a great part.
Yeah.
When are they going to make a Boba Fett show?
Roll
And
the
cross
clip.
the line.
Roll the clip.
No,
Roll
you
the
know what
clip.
else is that? Why hasn't there ever been a Halo TV show? There's so much potential there.
I know what he's trying to do.
Same thing as it's a good thing Joss Whedon has never touched any DC movies.
Okay.
All right,
Jared,
why
that's
did you say
enough.
that name?
Why did you say that name?
You deserve that.
By the way, there are people on Twitter saying James Gunn should bring him back.
What?
I can't. I wish I could. I wish somehow that were a lie. No, it is true. Some people have actually said they should bring him back because I want to see what he would do with DC characters. We have seen that.
One, Justice League, and two, this officially confirms why I never really interact on Twitter that much. This is why. You know who
Yes.
you are.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
will say this. I'm going to play devil's advocate for Joss Whedon. He was handed a bit of a raw hand. Like, I still maintain if Joss Whedon had directed Justice League from the start, I'm not
It would have been
saying
different.
I'm not saying it would have been a good movie, but I'm saying it would have been a vastly better movie if it would have been because Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder are about as opposite of a directors as you can get. And Avengers proves he can do superhero movies. Like, he can do good superhero movies. I do believe, like, he could have done Justice League really well, given the right circumstances. The problem is he came in under the worst ones.
I still think that Justice League and we'll go on this tangent real quick because I brought it up. The problem with it is that here's the other problem with Joss League and why Joss Whedon would not work. And Nick, you said it yourself that they're opposites. He would have had to have directed the movies from the very beginning because the problem with his directing style is it would have been a little too extreme going from Man of Steel, BVS, and then Justice League.
What? Okay, so while I do agree with like your final point of like, you know, the tonal switch, I just want to point out Joss Whedon didn't direct any of the MCU movies before that. So
No.
just trying to point that part out.
But the tone
But
was...
that I agree with you with. I agree
But-
with you on there.
Here's my counter, Nick. The tone of the MCU movies was closer to what Joss Whedon does than
I
the
agree
DC
with
movies.
you there. I
Yeah.
agree with like for example, like the way he wrote Tony Stark was like it's like Jon Favreau specifically created Tony Stark to be a Joss Whedon character, and then when he went into Justice League and it's just like
I mean, Avengers.
The Avengers, sorry, he was perfect. Like he wrote Tony Stark like great.
Yeah, that's why I say, because when you think about it, the previous DC movie was BVS. That would have been a big tonal shift. Be like, no, that even if he did it from the very beginning, that still would not have worked.
To be fair, Suicide Squad was a pretty big tonal shift from BVS, but not as extreme as Joss Whedon getting the helm.
Yeah, and the
To an
thing
extent.
is that again, people forget, and this is why I barely interact with people on Twitter, JHEAT, to back you up. It's because people think that just because he did well with the Marvel movies, he'll do well with the DC movies. They think they're all alike. They're not. DC is, for the most part, the darker of the two publishers. People like to pretend it's not, but it is.
Okay.
See,
Okay,
here's the thing: the sameness of the MCU really didn't kick in until Phase 3. Like, every film is vastly different. Even in Phase 2, the films they're starting to get a little bit homogenized, but they're still very different. Like Thor: The Dark World is very different from like Winter Soldier. Like, they are very different movies.
True.
But you go to like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Doctor Strange, like you would think they'd be vastly different movies. They feel very much the same.
Thank you, Matt Sargent. But the problem is, Nick, his Marvel movies are pretty much exactly the same.
I think what they're trying to convey is that the MCU is more homogenous with he that shall not be named overall directive style. Whereas
That's why it works.
Nice save, JHeat. Nice save.
Thank you. He must not be named. In fact, that is his current name. If you need to refer to that person,
wait, where did Voldemort get into this?
You
walked right
You
into
didn't
that.
know that Voldemort directed the Craftus League? You didn't know that? And apparently he hurt people on on Buffy and Firefly. See, here's the thing. DC, here's the thing with the amount of decisions DC is doing that's hurting its public image, I could legitimately see them bringing back the Who Must Not Be Named at this point, because I'm like, oh god, particularly with James Gunn in charge.
Yeah, because James Gunn definitely comes from kind of like the same school creator as Joss Whedon. Like I could definitely see them like meshing well together for better or more likely for worse.
Let me put it this way: the minute they announce that, I will not see any. I will swear off DC movies if they bring him back.
I'm done.
I still maintain that Buffy and Firefly are really great shows, and I will say Avengers is probably one of the best comic book movies ever. But beyond that,
I say Avengers, Firefly, and Serenity. I haven't seen Buffy, so I can't like make the determination.
You have never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
I have never seen, because I'm not really that much of a vampire guy, even though I've seen Underworld. But the point is that the same projects, Nick. I agree. Those are pretty much the projects where I'm like, yeah, these are in my mind objectively good. But the rest of his stuff, he is highly overrated. And Avengers 2 showed me that.
Avengers 2 is not terrible. But also you got to realize Avengers 2 is also like a victim of executive meddling, because they wanted him to set up like all these films. Remember, they set up Thor Ragnarok in that movie. Like 5 years before that movie came out, they had a scene setting up Ragnarok. The
minute I checked out was the minute he put together Black Widow and Hulk. And I'm like,
I'm not saying that, like, I agree that's bad, but what I'm not saying is, like people say like Age of Ultron is like this god awful terrible movie. It's not the best movie ever. It's enjoyable, but it's a good but flawed movie. That's my opinion.
True. The flaws that I stuff, I do acknowledge like executive interference. It's just the clearly Joss Whedon parts of the stuff I hate.
The Black Widow stuff, I totally agree with you on. I'm not
Bruce Banner falling on Black Widow's chest, which ironically was put in a non-existent version of Justice League. So who
wants to tell the Wonder Woman story about that? Who wants to do that story?
Do you want to do it, Nick? I know you really want to do that.
Okay. So
history time with Phoenix.
So I'm just repeating a story that I heard from Jared. So I'm giving him credit for this one. So you know that scene in the version of Justice League that doesn't exist, where the Flash falls on Wonder Woman's chest, like very anime style.
Yeah.
I'm pausing. Yeah. I'm pausing for recognition.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. Okay. Gal Gadot refused to do that scene, so much so that they had to use a body double. So like that's why when you see Wonder Woman, she has her head turned, because that's not actually Gal Gadot there. See, because Gal Gadot has class,
and she refused to do that, and that's where the Joss Whedon threatening her career came in.
And look how that turned out.
Yeah, so I'm like, at this point, if the other behind the scenes stuff had not come out, I would say there was a more of a chance of him being brought back in for DC. Oh. But anyway, the thing about it is that that's the one reason I don't think they'll bring him back. So anyway, back to Karate Kid, because I know we've gone vastly beyond that. But by the way, I was all right with Ultron. And by the way, Nick, you are muted. I was all right with Ultron. I managed to enjoy all the Infinity Saga because I accepted that this was the Marvel comedic universe.
Yeah, nice dig. Nice. Dig.
So back to Karate Kid. And Gal Gadot looks perfect as Wonder Woman. Yes, she does. She looks wonderful. No, some could say she looks super wonderful.
Jared, you stole my love and thunder. Oh my god! I could not have asked for better timing if I wanted to.
The thunder.
Okay, that is a moment right
there. That's a Comics League moment right there.
I said love and thunder, and as soon as I said that, thunder started to roll. You could not ask for better.
Wow, nice. Hey, what's up, movie theater? And Brown says, I'm not a fan of Buffy. Jocelyn is not my favorite director, but back when he was doing TV series. Yeah.
Fair.
Brown Destroyer says, I would still watch DC movies, but not in the theater. Yeah, that's not the only time when I would consider watching them. In other words, I won't watch them in the theaters.
I will say this: DC's animation is spot on.
What's up,
who mentioned Super Sons? Jinx.
All right, Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
No, I don't.
JHEAT does.
No, he doesn't. Executive
moving on.
override.
Moving on.
But all right, so Karate Kid. So I brought up some really cool trivia that we can go through.
Actually,
so...
I have one piece of trivia I want to hear first.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so you know how like the ending song "You're the Best Around."
Mm-hmm.
That was originally meant for Rocky. Like that song was originally recorded and composed for I think either Rocky 3 or 4, and then it got rejected, and so they used it in Karate Kid. Like like that's a big one. And then Pat Morita, like Mr. Miyagi, he does not talk like that. Like for example, he was on Happy Days. You go see him on Happy Days, he looks totally different.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of exaggerated speech pattern to just like an old Asian karate instructor.
Yep. And do you want to know what he was a stage comedian? You want to know what his stage name was?
What?
The Hip Nip. Okay, there's some context here. So nips were like a racist term for Japanese, like in the World War II area.
I'm gonna have to cut this out.
But I mean, Pat Morita.
It's context. It's context. Come on.
It's context. It's not like I'm saying the N word. Like Jared,
where are you going with this guy?
I'm probably gonna still edit it out. This whole thing, because I'm not risking that, dude.
I appreciate the attempt.
You know what?
I appreciate the attempt.
Yeah, cut it.
We're going to edit
21
that out.
minutes. So I need to write down the time so I can cut that out.
So 21 minutes 56 seconds.
All right, there you go. All right, so that's typed out. All right, back to this. All right.
So yeah, Pat Morita was a comedian. He was on Happy Days, and like he did not talk like that. What I love is these characters are actually really like three-dimensional, but at the same time you still have like some, like for example, Kreese is very much just a black and white straight out villain. They do like give him some shades of gray in Cobra Kai, which is fine, but like he is the evil villain to defeat, and I love it.
Yeah, and again, the minute I watch, I'm gonna say this again. The minute I find out he's like former special forces from the Vietnam War, I'm like, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, Jared, as you learn more about Kreese, like you learn some more in Karate Kid 3, and then in Cobra Kai they really go into it. It gets really, really crazy. I think you're really gonna dig the character Kreese, especially when you get to Cobra Kai. I'm just saying.
You guys are really pushing for Cobra Kai, aren't you?
And let it be known.
I mean, Cobra Kai never dies.
And let it be known.
I will keep pointing it to you, acknowledge the fact that I'm the only one who understood the assignment.
The antagonist's girlfriend in Karate Kid truly was for the streets.
Okay.
Look up Brown Destroyer's comment.
Happy Days or yeah, and why is she a bully in the first place?
No, 6:18 p.m. The one before that.
It's kind of right. He actually stole the antagonist's girlfriend, but isn't the girl's fault because she was already committed to her boyfriend, but she was flirting with the new guy.
Okay. I need to explain this. Some of the context is given in Cobra Kai, but they had already broken up by the time of this. Like, basically, he wanted to get back together with her, but they were already broken up by the time this movie started.
Yeah, they said in the movie multiple times. I remember that they were like broken up or like they used to date. So,
and also there are several occasions where where Daniel escalates the situation, like on the beach. Daniel very much escalates the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Like this is the thing that I love about the movie is Daniel's kind of just as guilty for this. It's like, and there's several times, like in the golf scene when they pull up and Johnny like offers to hang out with them, or at the very end of the movie where he hands him the trophy and says, "You're all right, Daniel."
Yeah, I'm probably
like,
gonna
Johnny
get a lot.
Is not a bad person. He's flawed, but he's not a bad person.
Plus, when you think about it, when you have the karate teacher who like hammers in the whole idea of no mercy or anything like that, it kind of makes sense.
As Mr. Miyagi says, no such thing as bad student, only bad teacher.
Yeah, exactly. What were you saying, JHEAT?
I was just saying that half this movie was literally just a prize measuring contest between two 14 to 15-year-olds. That's
Yeah.
that's half of this movie is.
That's what it
Let's be
kind of
real.
is.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, it does get a little bit darker. Like if you look at some of the deleted scenes, there's actually like a scene where Johnny hands Daniel a death certificate. And that was actually William Zabka's a scene he used to audition.
Really?
Also, this is for all you Cobra Kai fans. Quiet!
Okay.
If you're a Cobra Kai fan, you know exactly what I just did.
Well, I guess I don't know exactly what you just did, but and another thing that I definitely enjoy this is that I took karate when I was a kid growing up, so a lot of this stuff I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh god.
Wait, Jared, did you break the leg? Did you
No,
shoot the leg?
no, I didn't do full contact karate. Didn't
The
have a
show
fight
must
or
go-
anything like that.
The show must go on.
Show must
Did you
go
put
on.
someone in a body bag?
Well, what I did is I outsourced my fight to a way better fighter. Then they put someone in a body bag.
So you did a Lex Luthor maneuver.
I did a Lex Luthor maneuver. Yes, exactly. I
It's like,
I was
I
the
can't-
Lex
I-
Luthor. Nick, I was
The-
the Lex Luthor of karate.
So it's like, I can't beat him up, but I can pay someone who can beat him up.
Yes.
Didn't Seth MacFarlane use the same maneuver in an American Dad episode?
I forget. By the way, Master Sergeant, what are you doing with your life? If you haven't watched any of the cartoons or animated movies until last year, you need to watch all of these.
If you owe it to yourself to watch Under the Red Hood and Mask of the Phantasm at least.
At least. Even All-Star Superman is fantastic. So there you go. But I also like how this movie dealt with the whole Japanese internment camp issue, because you see, like, he's still dealing with the trauma of that experience, because even he could apparently. So I believe what happened is that his wife was pregnant, she went into labor, and because the medical conditions in the internment camp weren't good, she died.
Yeah, so he was a soldier, and he won the Medal of Honor. And while he was serving, like, you got to realize, the racism against Japanese at that time was off the hook. All right.
Yeah.
Like the internment camps were like almost as bad as the Nazi ones in World War II. Like, they were bad. Like, I do recommend. I know that George Takei actually was in Japanese internment camps in World War II as a kid, and he's actually spoken about it, and it is insane. And so, like, just imagine you are you're Mr. Miyagi, and you enter the military, and you're getting like you're getting racism in the military, even though you're a Japanese serving in the U.S. There's probably still a
And
lot
you're
of racism.
getting the Medal of Honor.
Yeah, and then your wife and your pregnant wife is in an internment camp, and it's like, can you imagine just the stuff that's going through? It's like, he's like, I served my country. I got the highest honor a soldier can get. I have done I gave everything for my country, and this is what it given back to me. Like honestly, that would really break anyone. The fact that he's still alive is just a testament to his iron will.
And the fact that he's still, like, moderately positive and stuff, and he's like, and he's not an a-hole, because realistically, if that he has every right to be a jaded, like, a-hole character, but he's not, and that's great. And by
this is the thing that I love about the movie is, it really shows that Mr. Miyagi needs Daniel just as much as Daniel. Like, it's like Mr. Miyagi needed a son figure to he needed that kind of figure in his life, and Daniel needed a father figure.
Mm-hmm.
They each had something they needed. Mr. Miyagi needed a son, and Daniel needed a father. And
so what you're saying is they were Batman and Robin?
Look at Nick's face.
Somebody clip this.
Just where he just froze and closed his eyes. That was so good. Master Sergeant says, I have them all now. Me and the kids been burning through them as far back as Mask of the Phantasm, the 90s Batman. This is what brought me to Jared's channel. Really appreciate that, brother.
I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead. Continue. Please continue.
Yeah. I hate you so much.
Man, lately we've been having Comics League top 10 moments every episode. This is great.
You have discovered the cheat code of Breakneck.
Oh, that's so easy. That's easy. But anyway, so back to what you... He's giving me the knuckle. Back to what you were saying, Nick.
I forgot where I was gonna go. I think I was pretty much done.
All right, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. So, and by the way, fun fact, Ralph Macchio still has the headband that he wore in the movie. And one time when he opened it, moths came out.
Oh,
And
Yes.
he still has the trophy as well. That's awesome. And that's one of the things that I really liked about the movie, Nick, is that you could see that they both served as like a father and son figure to each other, and you can definitely pick that up throughout the whole thing. Nick, something about Mr. Miyagi being Batman.
You can't unsee it now.
The unseen has been unseen.
Someone put Mr. Miyagi's head on the image of Ben Affleck's Batman as he's staring at the suit.
why do I
like this?
feel like in about a year's time there's going to be a supercut of all the time you guys broke me?
Let us know in the comments if you want that to happen.
Wait. I should make a fan edit that like puts together Batman clips so it's like Mr. Miyagi was Bruce Wayne this entire time. There you go.
Or the time. Nah, I'm not gonna say it.
wait. That would make Ralph Macchio Nightwing.
Oh yeah.
Jared, stop it. Stop
He would
it.
actually make a good. He would actually
Make a good.
Nightwing.
Actually, I was gonna say he would actually make a pretty decent Nightwing.
I mean, he is
Better
quite
than
the.
Chris O'Donnell, so.
He's quite the macho man, anyway. So
There you go, Nick. He had to try and strike back against the.
I mean, I'm literally wearing a shirt that says "Strike First." So
I mean,
that
he
is
had to
Batman.
strike. I mean, he had to strike back because of the Miyagi on Batman.
Wait a
No
second.
mercy.
That would make John Kreese Ra's al Ghul.
Yes.
I can actually see that. believe it or not.
There's another character that fits Ra's al Ghul better. It's Sato from the second film.
Okay, so I'll be on the lookout for that, and then we can.
Yeah, I'm
check
about
that
to
out.
say Sato would be a very.
Wait a
would be
second,
much
Like
better matchup.
once you know the history between Sato and Miyagi, you'd be like, yeah, Sato's Ra's al Ghul. Because if we're going with the Mr. Miyagi being Batman, Sato is definitely the Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, every bit.
Now,
which
what's
would make
interesting-
Daniel,
by the way, that makes Chosen Damien.
Mr. Miyagi would be a great Alfred Pennyworth. Actually,
Oh,
yes.
I can see that. That's a fair point.
Actually, yes. He's training Bruce in the cave, like wax on, wax off, on the Batmobile.
Oh my god! Like I really want to kind of commission a fan art of like Mr. Miyagi in the Bat Cave, just like Busan. This is how you do it. Wax on, wax off, and he's like doing it on the Batmobile.
Jeez, that would be so good. Oh my gosh, that would be so. And we could do to really make this edit go. You remember when he lets him choose a car? He takes Bruce Wayne out, and then there's like 3 Batmobiles, the 66, the Tumbler, or like the 89, and then like the Justice League one.
And then
Wait,
and then
did you just say Tumblr?
Yeah,
and then you have Chris O'Donnell walking. He's like, I want a car. Chicks dig the car. And then it's like, this is why Superman works alone. Also, that line takes on so much more context after the Flash, because like George Clooney's version of Batman has Superman in his world, so it makes so much more sense that a Flash exists in his world.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, that actually changes it really well. So I'm like, and you know that like when the Flash is ending, they changed it so Flash and the Justice League has always existed in this universe. So that makes a lot more. That's the one good thing we could say about the Flash. It makes sense. It makes that line make sense. But yes, someone make a fan edit of Mr. Miyagi as Alfred, and we will react to it on the channel.
I can see it. Honest to God,
Please,
Please
God.
set
Movie theater. So we
Daniel-san, you must You must keep up your strength. Eat a set.
No,
you must
no,
have
no,
something
no.
to eat before you fight crime. Okay,
Mr.
try
Master
third.
Sergeant, make a edit of Mr. Miyagi on Batman. We need that.
So by the way, so that would make that would make Danny's girlfriend Starfire in this analogy. I this is me
Oh,
acknowledging the peace treaty, Nick.
Ah, never mind.
Wait. I'm trying to think here because with that, wait, okay, Teladia.
Mhm.
In Karate Kid Part 2, he dates a Japanese girl called Kimiko. Would
Yes.
that make Kimiko Talia?
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Oh no.
Just wait till next week when we start talking about Karate Kid Part 2.
Yeah, but I can't believe we never thought of how close this is to Batman.
Yeah, trust me, Jared. When you watch Karate Kid Part 2, especially now that I told you about like Sato and like,
Sato is Ra's al Ghul. Sato is Ra's al Ghul. Let's call it for what it is. You can't unsee it.
Yeah, let's try and limit the Karate Kid 2 talk until next week.
Definitely.
But yeah, this makes me even more want to see these movies just so I can see like the Batman stuff. And when we can say, wait
till you get to
Nick,
Part 3 and you meet Terry Silver. Like, okay, wait, real quick. Who do you guys think Terry Silver is? He's a Joker. Terry Silver's a Joker.
I can see it. I can see it.
Here's the funny thing, because if you wanted to,
Mike Barnes is Bane. Barnes is Bane.
Nick, here's a funny thought about it though, because if we took this as that this is a Batman story the entire time, you could keep that Zolo as actually Jaime in Cobra Kai. This is just a prequel to Blue Beetle.
Okay, that's just even more reason to cover Cobra Kai now.
I may have to at this point, because then when we do the review of Blue Beetle, what we'll do is we'll say, okay, so this happens after Cobra Kai. So
since season 1 is only 8 episodes and they're only half hour long, we could have that be a movie night thing.
Yeah, the entire season.
We could and count that as a movie. You know what? If one of you wants to pick that for your third movie.
We got to get through Karate Kid Part 1, 2, and 3 first. So
okay, so we'll
definitely,
do that.
Definitely.
I'll tell you, that'll be the okay. So, but beyond that, I love how he basically made a whole DC universe around Karate Kid.
Oh,
like,
what's up, Kingdom of Nerds?
I can't believe this is the greatest thing ever.
Also, like, I can't wait till we get to the Cobra Kai and then like all like the younger cast, we start casting. Like we're gonna cast each of these characters in their DC universe.
Dude, it's a Young Justice show. This is the Young Justice show. Is Cobra Kai?
Okay. For you thinking Young Justice thing, like so, Daniel's daughter, who is she be? Like, is she like?
I haven't seen the show, so I can't really weigh in on that.
But we're gonna have so much fun with that.
We're gonna have a good time.
As soon as this is over, I am going to rename this stream the Cobra Kai DC Universe.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna rename the crap out of this.
Fun fact for you.
So I think we agreed that like Terry Silver is a Joker and Mike Barnes is Bane.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That's a fair.
And Jared's like, holy crap! I can't wait to meet these people.
So what's up, Teladia?
Fun fact, actually, Cobra Kai has crossed over with the Power Rangers, and they had the power coins.
Which actually, technically, the Power Rangers cross over with DC, so technically that would make Cobra Kai canon to the DC universe as well.
I understand everything now.
Also, Cobra Kai has crossover, like Power Rangers has crossover Street Fighter. Ryu has a Power Ranger power coin.
Yes. Yeah. So you know what's kind of funny? So that means technically Street Fighter is canon to Cobra Kai. So Cobra Kai is that nexus in the multiverse that connects everything.
Coincidence? I think not.
Dude, Cobra Kai is now the multiversal nexus of the DC multiverse.
Cobra Kai.
This is so good.
Oh, okay. Can we ban Legion of Comics?
Jaden is the only Karate Kid. Oh,
okay, that's a troll. That's a troll.
That's got to be a troll.
That's
Fire
a troll.
Legion. So we basically made it so Cobra Kai. So the entire Cobra Kai universe is actually the DC universe, and it's like no one ever thought of this before.
Also, just wanted to note that the next Karate Kid is canon to Cobra Kai, because basically what the showrunner said is any Karate Kid movie that has Pat Morita as Mr. Miyagi in it is canon. They call it the Miyagi-verse. So the next Karate Kid is canon. So like Hilary Swank's character, it does exist in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, the Japanese girl from the second movie is Talia. Then who is the karate girl? Who was the Karate Kid girl then in this universe? We'll talk about that when we keep.
We'll save that for two. We'll save that for two.
Yeah, because like with two, there's a lot. Like we need to
there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah,
what's hilarious. I love how we started off going, let's talk about Karate Kid and the plot and everything. The stream turned into this is basically a DC universe.
Courage approves.
Yeah, that's awesome. Which actually, when you think about it, this could basically be the entire Bat Family universe because it actually works really well. It's just a Bat Family show.
If better than Bendis' point, at least.
If that is the frame that we need to do to get you to watch these dang movies, then fine.
all right. And Legion was clearly trolling us. So there you go. What's up, Legion?
I can't wait till we get to Cobra Kai because we're gonna have so much fun assigning each of these like major and minor characters a DC characters.
And you know what I might do? I'm gonna change the thumbnail for this stream. I may take Nightwing's body from the Titans show and put Ralph's face on it. But who is Batmite? Oh no, we're not doing Batmite.
No.
No. And Teladia and I are getting flashbacks to my adventures with Superman and the Legion of Loises. My personal hell.
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me.
All right.
Big Bruce Timm.
Better. What is worse? The Legion of Loises or the Council of Ricks?
Council of Ricks.
Lois Lane, because I hate Lois Lane. By the way, Mixelplick had a great moment where he started calling it the Legion of Loser Lanes. And I'm like, yes, I like that. I'm going to start using that.
I'm sorry, but there's only one actor who's ever voiced Mr. Mephislick, and that's Gilbert Godfrey in the 90s.
Yes,
every bit.
I'm sorry, he was perfect for Mephislick.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
With the kryptonite warhead. I just discovered I do a really good Gilbert Godfrey impression.
Oh, yeah, solid.
There you go. That'll be a moment on Comics League, kind of like where we try to say Mr. Miyagi's Batman.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi, it's definitely not Batman.
It would be hilarious. It was kind of funny. In that scene in the movie where Ralph is getting beaten up by those dudes that gets a chain link fence and Miyagi jumps into action, I half expect him to be in a bat suit.
Imagine that. You know what? Make an idea of that.
I guess you could say those guys really had a bone to pick with him.
Yes, exactly.
Quite a bunch of jokers, weren't they?
Yes, I half expected them.
It was really quite the skeleton crew, wasn't it?
Yeah, I never cared for Lane either, although all the supporting characters tend to bore me. Master Sergeant is a dude after my own heart.
You know, Jared, Lois needs to really stay in her lane.
Again, I refer back to my good friend, Joe Sontag. He is good friend now because of this point. When he brought up, I was interviewing him the other day, and he brought up, I brought up Super Wonder. No, I don't have it on. We were talking about Super Wonder because I think Daniel asked this, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I like the idea of Superman with Wonder Woman. I think they should have killed Lois Lane a long time ago." And I was like, "This is when I know that you're a cool. You get it." How do you pronounce the name, Mr. Mixelplick?
I guess you could say,
I do it.
You're the best around. Nothing can ever keep you down.
Like a panther.
Oh, come on. That's always the highlight of this movie.
No. Like, it goes like this. You're the best around. Like a panther.
That is awesome.
We are so getting demonetized.
Oh, I also loved.
And this is why me and Jared are best friends.
You know what's my favorite scene from this movie? When he goes to the costume party and Miyagi made him a Halloween costume so no one would recognize him. It's him in a shower.
Wait, what?
Mr. Miyagi made a shower Halloween costume for Ralph because he wanted to go to the costume party, but he wanted a costume so no one would know it was him.
Okay, I just reconnected.
That-
So
That couldn't have been more poorly worded.
Talk,
if you
talk
tried.
about throwing some shade.
Yeah, hang on, I'll pull it up. It's okay. Here we go. Here's the costume. And again, it would be kind of funny if Mr. Miyagi goes, "Yes, here's your costume." He opens a panel on the wall, and the Nightwing suit turns. I'm telling you, this is gonna go for a long. This analogy of it being the DC universe is so good. Yeah, see, it's that. Yeah, I'm telling you. Normally, I don't change thumbnails for the live streams, but I'm gonna try and do it for this one. This is gonna be so good.
But it's actually storming where I'm at right now. I mean, what are the odds of that happening? The
And with Nick too, I'm like, wow.
not
Which
for me.
studio produced the Cobra Kai movie franchise? Anyone know this?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I might have
let
to
me
look
see.
this up. Hold on.
It's written, directed by. It looks like I'm looking at the thing.
All right, it was production company was Delphi Productions, distributed by Columbia. So that's why Sony had their hands on the Karate Kid franchise, because Sony bought Columbia in the 90s. So okay, that makes sense.
There you go. Oh, bye.
Also, fun fact. So, you know how when you're watching Cobra Kai and you look at the credits, it always says like Will Smith listed as an executive producer. Well, that's because when they went and did the Karate Kid remake in the 2010s, Will Smith's production company actually, I think, purchased partial rights to the Karate Kid franchise. So, in order to make Cobra Kai, he had to have a piece of it or something.
Keep that name out of your effing mouth. I had to.
Oh,
that was a reference to the Oscars. Is the one time I'll reference the Oscars. There you go. But yeah, so it's Columbia.
Jared.
There you go. But yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
I knew what you were going with as soon as you did this. So there you go. So now I'm gonna go around. How'd you guys rate this movie out of 10? Let's go. I say 10 out of 10 because now I'm reframing it as a DC movie.
All right. Here's this is what I think of the movie. It's the best around. 10 out of 10.
Okay. What do you think, JHEAT?
I'd give it a 9.
Ooh, a 9, not a 10 out of 10. And Barry
Someone's
Brown
bringing
says
the
8
heat.
out of 10. Yes. But just think about it. Mr. Miyagi could be Batman, and we don't know about it. I think that gives him the bat-like padding. I'm not wearing hockey pads. What? I'm calling it the bat hockey pads from now on. When having Batman the movie pads it up. What do you think, Teladia?
I would say a straight 9.5 out of 10.
Am I the only one who gave it a 10 out of 10?
I did.
All right, Nick, there you go. You get to be on the top with me. There you go.
Super Wonder.
Yes, if only there was a way I could.
I love how like your face kind of dropped, and then you realize, oh, he said Super Wonder. Never mind.
Yeah, for a second there I was like, oh no, and then I was like, oh yeah, we have.
You thought that he was gonna break the alliance and say,
I'm still used to. No, here's the thing. I'm still like getting used to this new dynamic. Well, he's not gonna do that. You know how I know that? Because immediately he knows how. You two know the folly of going to war with me.
I mean, it's bad.
It is a fool's errand.
You haven't beat me yet. You haven't beat me yet, Jared.
Yeah.
Time.
Oh, but at least you didn't say Batman and Nightwing. I'm just gonna say that.
At least I didn't say that Joss Whedon wrote Iron Man well in Justice League. Nick.
I am never gonna live that down.
Yes. All right, Teladia, you should talk. You've had 2 really big gaffes in comics book
you
history.
screwed up today, so.
Hey, y'all ain't got me yet, so.
Oh, there's still time, dude. There's still time, dude. You say that now. But I will get you.
Yes, Marvel lover.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the way I go to war. I play the long game. I wait for a slip up. When I catch one, then I go for the throat. Yeah, about an 8, but based on 80s nostalgia and a solid story. Okay, cool. If you're watch this movie in the 80s, it's a 10 out of 10. If you're watching it from 2023, it's about 8 out of 10. Yeah, there are
That's fair.
certain 80s
That's fair.
isms that can be annoying at times, but I'm fine with it. It's fun.
What?
I like a
Okay,
lot of these movies.
specifically, what 80s isms did annoy you? Let's be a little more specific here.
Probably the obligatory dogfight in the second act, which is really just a prize measuring contest between the two leads.
What do you mean the dogfight?
It's basic, you know, how the girl was flirting with the new kid in town and Johnny and Daniel, the constant back and forth. If you've seen any live action sitcom Disney movie, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, the thing I like about that scene is it's really great at that's it's really great at establishing the characters. They're talking about the beach fight. Like, Daniel was really the one who instigated that. Like, he was the one who escalated the situation because Johnny was already walking away. And then as far as the prom scene, that is 100% on Daniel because Daniel was the one who did like the water prank. Like, I'm sorry, I would have beat down that boy's butt too. Like, I am not sorry.
You know, karate choreography is silly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the praying mantis thing, I get that looked cool, but it was also kind of like, okay.
By the way, it's called the crane kick.
Yeah.
A cheap shot, but not legal. I mean, but not illegal.
Also, he telegraphed it to Heckenback, and we will see the downsides of the crane kick in the second movie.
Sweet. High school movies with heroes and villains were an 80s staple. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they definitely were.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I've seen way too many of them. But I tell you about the story. So my buddy Logan called me. This was when the high school musical movies were in the theaters. And he calls me. He goes, "Hey, Jared, you want to go see the high school musical movie with me in theaters?" And I went, "No." Without even hesitating. I was like, "No, I'm good." Apparently, the last kick was not part. Also, last kick was not part of karate. It wasn't? Oh, okay.
Technically speaking, back then, so many different styles were put under the karate umbrella. Like Miyagi Do and the Cobra Kai. Just so you know, Miyagi Do is an Okinawan style of martial arts, and Karate Kid. The Cobra Kai style, like Tong Su or whatever.
Karate Kid style.
Yeah, I know that was a slip up. That goes to Korea. Like, that's a Korean martial art. So, back then, so many different varied styles were just put under the karate umbrella because your average person didn't know the difference between,
different styles.
This or that. Like you said, I'm going to show you some Brazilian jiu-jitsu moves. And then the person who told us, like, oh, that's some nice karate. Karate was basically like a catch-all term. Like, it would be like, I just bought some cryptocurrency. Like you don't say like, oh, I just bought like some Monero, I just bought some Ethereum. You say, oh, I bought some cryptocurrency. That's kind of the same thing. It's like, oh,
okay, I see.
Yeah,
it's confusing.
It is, but it's
you
kind
gotta
of
realize this was the early '80s where karate studios were popping up like crazy, and that's what this movie was kind of capitalizing on. Yeah, and then there's kind of another element like the MMA versus karate thing that I want to touch upon, but we don't have to talk about that right now.
Yeah, because
and all I'm gonna say on that, it is a cheap shot. I will give you that. In context, it is a cheap shot, but it does come back to bite him in the ass in the sequel.
Okay. Which I'm looking for, and then Jared, Karate Kai choreography is spectacular and accurate. Sweet. Master Judging goes.
Fun fact: the person who choreographed the karate and did all the training, he's actually the judge in like the final tournament scene.
Oh, sweet. Master Judging goes. I lived in Okinawa for 6 years. Graduated high school at Kubasaki High. Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
So on that note, let's wrap this bad boy secret DC universe up. So yeah, I just love that. It's gonna I'm gonna retitle this the Cobra Kai DCU. So on that So the way I'm going to do this is that we'll go around and say what we got going on. So Nick, where can we find you, and what have you got swinging around your channel?
I see what you did there.
Well, funny you should say it like that, because in about an hour I will be swinging into your living rooms with this week's episode of Spider-Man Remastered. Sammy and Jared will be continuing their, and Teladia as well, will be continuing their quest to drive me utterly and pathetically insane. They haven't won yet, but you know, there's
there is so much time, Nick, left. Trust me.
Oh, there is.
Also, Jared has something he wants to show people.
I read it today. I love it. It's awesome. And the review will be coming out on Wednesday.
Yes, guest starring the Phoenix Press.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to get that guy to come on the channel. I don't know.
He's very elusive. It's really hard to get him on a stream.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get like it is nearly impossible to get him on a stream.
Yeah. The good thing is that he does now have better taste in ships, so there's more of an opportunity.
That
there.
is true.
Plus, like I hear if you offer him a Butterfinger, he will do it. He will go on a stream with you.
I need to get Butterfinger.
Oh, Brown Story has an important question.
What's that comics? It's called 2100 Samurai. It's actually, you know what, Nick?
No, you do. No, you do it, brother. You do it. I want to hear.
It's a dope story about a samurai that comes forward in time to cyberpunk times, kind of like a Batman Beyond-ish like environment. And it's sort of like he's trying to like find his way in this new world. It's really dope. It's because he's always lagging behind. Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah.
Who's going?
I guess you could say that I really suck.
So moving on, Nick. What else have you got coming on the channel?
I got Screecher 2 coming up, and then and then we got Avatar rewatch, and yeah, then the next week stuff. So also, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video, and maybe subscribe to my YouTube channel, because we got a little thing going on. Jared?
Yes. JHEAT, where can we find you? What have you got coming out? For those of you that don't know, for those of you that don't know, we're sending each other hilarious notes in the chat because in the private chat. So JHEAT, where can we find you? What have you got?
I'm still waiting my copy of 2100 Samurai, so that review is TBD, probably sometime next week. I'm also got a collab with someone else coming up where I do anime reviews, where I review Overlord Season 1. SwirlTour playthroughs will still be uploading the channel daily or every other day. And tomorrow night, around this time, New Direction Young Justice, where we try to improve the Lobdell run.
Yeah.
God help us all.
JHEAT. Well, did you hear that Rising of the Shield Hero Season 3 is coming out soon?
I have heard that. I am actually planning a review. That's going to be my next anime after Overlay.
Collab?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I've seen Season 1 and 2 and I like it, and I'm planning on watching Season 3. So if you want to do a collab either on my channel or yours, we can.
Yeah, just send me the detail. Just DM me the details on Twitter. But that is confirmed. We are doing an anime review episode on Rise of the Shield Hero. It's either going to be on my channel or Phoenix Press, TBD.
We could do both. Like we do a Season 1 and 2 on one channel and Season 3 on the other.
That's fair. We'll set up the details.
Yeah, we'll work out the details.
Yeah. And hopefully by the end of the month, God Killer 2.
Electric
Or as I
Boogaloo.
like to call it, the DC Universe if ran by JHEAT and myself.
Wait, isn't it literally just the DC Universe ran by JHEAT and yourself?
Yes.
Not entirely.
Well, let me put it this way. We make all the important decisions. Teladia.
Yes.
Where can we find you and what have you got coming out?
Well, you guys know I got like collab with Still Abdul coming up pretty soon. I'm also going to be doing the Gamescom coverage, and I'm going to be covering that. If there's any Marvel Spider-Man 2 news, you be sure.
Teladia, me and you need to talk about that so we can kind of collab on that one, because there's probably some news I'm going to want to talk about.
Okay. But I'm definitely going to be doing reaction videos. That is for sure. If there's any Marvel Spider-Man 2 stuff, or potentially Batman Arkham, because from what I'm hearing, I've been hearing some news in regards to Batman Arkham Knight potential remaster could be a thing. Who knows? Only time
I
will tell.
literally just convinced my friend to buy Arkham Knight for Xbox One.
Well, let's just say it's a good time to pick up Batman Arkham Knight. I'll just say that.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I know what Talia's saying. Not gonna bring up.
We're not gonna think, but I've also got like clips coming out for the podcast next week. That's also gonna happen, and I got so many other different things too. So yeah. Also, guys, one little thing: make sure you like the stream, leave a comment down below, let us know your thoughts, and subscribe to Jared. Get him up to that 1K because he has to do a Wonderbat stream if he does.
And by the way, Master Sergeant, you can join us hopefully in about, I think, an hour on Nick's channel where we'll be critiquing his weird Spider-Man gameplay. So there you go.
And I will say this: if y'all
Jared,
can give me the 200,
check private chat.
Hold on.
Can you show it on stream after JHEAT does his stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, if y'all can get me to 200 before October, I will live stream my reaction to Gotham Season 1 from beginning to end. Gotham Knights from beginning to end.
Yes.
Oh boy. And remember, if you can get Nick to I think it was like 500 subs, 400 subs by the end of the month, what do you have to do, Nick?
I will read Sins Past on stream, and I will do voices. We'll do like a full-on radio play.
And he will recreate the face. That's all I'm gonna say.
Guys, I'm less than 400 subs away from 2K. If you guys get me up to 2K, guys, I'll be doing something major, and it's these guys will make that decision for me for that 2K special.
Oh, Jared, can you pull up the art again?
Okay.
So this is a treat for you guys. I literally just got this today. Like, we're talking about like Karate Kid here. This is a preview of Screecher Issue 2 right here.
Hang on, I'm resharing it right now. Just give me 1 second, and here you go.
Yes. So like honestly, we're talking about Karate Kid, and this whole entire sequence is based off of Karate Kid. So it's like,
Sweet. It looked very dynamic. I love it.
Oh wow.
Thanks, Master Sergeant.
Master Sergeant. All right. You know what? This is for you, my man.
Yeah, let me make sure I get my thing in the chat. 1 sec.
So
thank you.
I just might have to read Sins Past.
Wait, did you officially?
No, I was at, last time I checked, I was at 376.
You're at 377.
I am 23 subscribers away from having to read Sins Past. So it is very possible.
This is going to be so good. This is going to be awesome. I am going to love. I can't wait to see. If you like Nick's cringe face, get prepared for that, but jacked up to like 25.
Yeah.
This is crossing a line. This is crossing a line.
Hey, he agreed to it. It's not my problem.
And I'm gonna have Jared in the stream to like egg me on and make Mad very like the worst comments imaginable. Like, you thought he was savage here. Wait till I take the leash off of him.
Oh, and trust me, you thought I'm savage in the Spider-Man stream.
Oh, and he is freaking brutal in Spider-Man.
Because every time I like to start off the Spider-Man streams by saying it's good to have one more day streaming Spider-Man.
And that's when I boot him for the call. Like it's like clockwork.
So on that note, everyone, actually in terms of Comics League, on Monday, the premiere episode of Super Wonder Legacy, yes, that show is intentionally titled that way, will be premiering with my friend Britt. We're going to talk about what made us fans of this pairing and DC in general. although the DC part is kind of vacillating right now. When Indie Wednesday is going to be 2100 Samurai issue 3. Again, I'm still working on getting the Phoenix Press on the channel. For some reason, he's never been on here. I don't get it.
You really need to get the Phoenix Press on your channel. Like, I don't know why you never had him before.
The only thing about him is
Dweeb.
Yeah, he's kind of a dweeb. He's kind of a butthole too. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like he gets into arguments all the time with people on Twitter. He really needs to stop that.
Yeah, I know. But in terms of under 2 capes,
Meta.
in terms of under 2 capes, yeah, we're still like TBJing to decide what we want to do. How is the new Superman?
We might as well. We might as well talk about it.
Wait,
No, we're just gonna avoid it.
I'm just gonna say this one thing, and then I'll knock off. This is my thoughts watching every single episode now.
You're gonna die, clown! You think that's funny? I don't hear you laughing now!
And on that note,
Wait, one more to describe my feelings about the about my adventure with Superman.
No pulse.
Jared, I think J. Jonah Jameson has some words he wants to say about it.
Yes. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go over to Nick's stream clips.
We're the Phoenix Press now.
We're
All right.
in the Phoenix Press.
Crap, mega crap.
Also, since we're in the Phoenix, go back to the Phoenix Press room real quick. So, since we're in the Phoenix Press room, just know that Super Wonder is canon in the Phoenix Press room.
Good. And this was me, by the way. Every time I watched the show today, hang on, this is me. Wait, where is it? Teladia can tell you that because he actually made remarks about my reactions. I can't watch any of it until I binge with my son. Be prepared.
That's fair.
be prepared. Just be prepared. Because my reaction, Jared and my reactions.
Oh, just wait till part 2 when I do 6 through 10. That's gonna be a discussion.
You know what? That could be how we get JHEAT.
Yes.
One of these days.
I still can't wait for when I go down and visit Jared, because I'm going to bring with me a Nintendo 64 and a copy of Superman 64, and I'm going to sit him down and he's going to play it, and we're going to stream him playing Superman 64 for the first time.
And watch me. I'll be like, "Oh, I love this game. This is fun."
And I'll make it interesting. I'll have a signed copy, like a Jim Lee signed copy of I'll have like a really like a comic book that I know he wants. Let's say like
Justice League 12. There you go.
Signed by Zack Snyder.
Okay.
And I'll be like,
get that, I'll commend you.
If you can beat this game, I will give you this.
I'll take it anyway. Have you guys watched the 90s Superboy TV series? We may. That would actually be an interesting thing to check out for movie night and stuff. Just watch a couple episodes and then talk about it. So on that note, everyone, stay heroic. We will see. Actually, I will see you in about an hour on
Wonder
Super Wonder.